This is Cubs Radio.
Cubs Radio.
Welcome to the royal edition of the Steve Squad Show. I am your host, Funny King Dumbbell III. And we are very pleased to have you join the monarchy of the Steve Squad experience. To my left, you might have known him as Steve the Jiggler. But, sir, I knight you, Lord Slim Jim. Lord Slim Jim. And to my right, a vision of loveliness, an enchantment to the forest we call the Steve Squad experience. She is a breath of fresh air to our little monarchy. You might have known her as Silly Sally, Daffy Sally, Crazy Sally, or just Sally Sally. But today, Sally, I dub you the Duchess of York Peppermint Patty.
Nice. Thank you.
It's a little melty because I had it in the car. So
It
please
is.
don't open it.
It's like one big blob. Thank you.
It was lovely.
Now, as you might have known and have heard, in case you have not, I like to bring our squires up to date on the news. Her Majesty, the Royal Highness, Mumsy, has gone to that royal kingdom in the sky. She has crossed via British Airways to that moat, to that forever kingdom known as death. But the royal monarchy lives on, as it should. And I am here, as any good actor should, to throw my crown into the ring. I mean, the people are crying in the streets for worship. They're begging, who will lead us into this next century? I say I might do that myself. So I am recording this session as a reel. Do you think I have a chance to lead the royal people?
Well, let me ask you this one question.
Ask away.
You're whatever. You're
I'm King Dumbbell III.
whatever. Okay. Just repeat after me. Now batting.
Now batting.
Number 3.
Number 3.
Derek Jeter.
How could you say number 3? He's number 2. Oh my God. Number 2. Derek Jeter. Number 2.
Because you sound just like Bob Shepard.
Oh, well, it's a cross between
HM.
Bob Shepard and the King. So, anyway, I'd like to get your opinions. What do you feel about the monarchy? Should they just dismantle it, or should they continue? Are you a favor of this, Sally? This nonsense?
Yeah, I don't really get it all, so it's a lot of hoopla for me. I'm pretty simple.
I don't know what they do. They get paid a lot of money to.
Be careful. We have a large British contingency this evening watching the Steve Squire
Well, I'm not
show.
going to call them Kardashians per se.
How dare you? How dare you impugnate the royal family? Off with your head! Did you notice I have a timpani stick in my hand?
Yes, I did.
You know, when I didn't have a lot of time to prepare, so I bought this crown, still have the receipt on the back, and a timpani stick as my staff. You must always carry a staff around.
Tonight, people.
Tonight, people.
Crown people.
Crown.
I knight thee, sirloin of pork.
I actually went to find a spam can. I was going to give you Lord Spamalot. But I couldn't find a can of spam.
Milk of magnesia.
You know,
That's a good thing, right?
Water of ten.
Well, it was just for a joke. But I gave you Lord Slim Jim. Is that okay?
It's fine.
Are you okay with Lord Slim Jim?
I'll be fine.
And you, Duchess of Peppermint, of York Peppermint
Nice.
Patty. That's
Yeah.
pretty good.
Very good.
I didn't know the chocolate would melt in a 100-degree Jeep.
You didn't?
No, and I put it in at 1 o'clock this afternoon, so 6 hours in a Jeep.
Is that the healthier version? Is that the green? Sometimes they have that. No, okay.
York Peppermint Patty.
They come out with these low sugar versions too. I just saw the green. If it's green, sometimes I wonder if that was a little.
Anyway.
You were looking out for.
Anyway, are you excited? The Steve Squared Show's up for an Emmy tonight.
Are we now?
Very awesome.
I did not know that.
I'm very excited. I hope our name is called. We're a best podcast in Levittown between the hours of 6:30 and 7:30 on Monday nights.
Perfect.
On Hempstead Turnpike.
I think we have a shot.
Yeah.
We're up against some kid that sits in his basement giving one-liners. You might have heard of him. But anyway, it's a very exciting show we have in store. If you not only have I knighted my royal subjects, or
Yes.
my court, you are my court. These are my royal subjects.
Of course.
You have to get this right, or they'll take you right down.
Absolutely.
Do they ever try to? Is there ever something where they try to overthrow this monarchy? Like, what goes on here?
It's been a long time, I think.
Yeah, I think
Since you rock and rolled?
think she ran a pretty tight ship.
Did she though? Mm-hmm. Now, what did she finished at the ripe old age of what? About 115?
Close, 96.
Very good. Betty White beat her.
Yeah, just by a little.
Good for Betty White. So, if we had a king in America, who would you like to see king in the United States? If we went to the king system,
Well, I think it goes without question what we've experienced here tonight with the pageantry and the crown and the robe.
this is not just any robe.
You
Is that-
stole
is-
your dad's robe.
Is that the Christmas robe,
Okay.
Steve?
This is the Christmas robe. This is the robe that, this is what I entertain on Saturday nights when I have a little of the, I can't play the music. Can you, well, we can't play, it's true, I can't play anything. Can't play anything.
Okay.
We're not allowed to.
No.
Anyway, we have a guest tonight.
Nice.
This is going to be really exciting. He's going to think I'm insane, but because I have a crown on. But we have a guest. What should we call this segment? I was thinking, should we call it like mystery guest, or what is a good segment for a guest? This is your life. What I don't.
This is your life?
I don't know. I'm trying to come up with something. But anyway, comedian Mark Breyer. Have you heard of this guy?
Very nice. Yeah, he sounds like it's going to be a good interview. When does he come on? 7?
Tuesday he said he'll be here.
Oh, okay.
So could be a problem. No, he'll be here at 7, a couple of minutes before. And he does comedy around Long Island area. He brings him and 2 other guys, which I'll let him say their names because I don't know how to pronounce them. And they do comedy to senior centers and the such.
Well, that's good.
So I'm very excited about that.
Need a lot of comedy.
So this was the one, I don't like the Emmys. I don't like award shows, but I am interested in the one category.
Which one?
The talk show host or variety talk show host. And now the lineup, do you watch like Jimmy Kimmel or Trevor Noah?
Yeah, I know them all.
So there's Jimmy Kimmel, Trevor Noah, Colbert, John Oliver, and Seth Meyers. Now, Oliver has won the last like 5 or 6 years.
Yes.
What would be your go-to?
And he's only on once a week, right?
He's on once a week.
I'm just
But-
not, I don't know.
I like Oliver though.
I
I
do
think he's very smart.
He's too British for me.
And you want to know something else, Steve? I know you're not going to like this.
I'm not gonna like it.
First thing he married an American
I don't care.
I'm getting to the point. So he's American and he is a baseball fan. I don't want to tell you what team he roots for.
Oh, of course. That's why you like John Oliver.
Well, his friend John Stewart. So I guess they probably all follow the Mets.
Of course they do.
Of
Of course they do.
Their ways. The Met fans and their ways.
I'm starting my own baseball team, the Crowns, the Kings, the Long Island Kings. Who do you like? Who's your fave, Sal?
Baseball?
Talk show host.
Talk shows.
Oh,
Like from those guys.
yeah. I mean, you know what? I was a big Jon Stewart fan back in the day. So, no one really tops that for me. But I like all those guys. They're all good.
I
tell
mean,
you.
I think I would like to see definitely someone different win, and maybe Trevor Noah.
He's very good too.
I'd like to see
I
Trevor
am.
win.
You know what? Maybe I'm in the wrong mode here,
Mm-hmm.
but I would like to see someone win who does more than just do most of their show on politics.
Right.
I mean that's. I guess
agree.
that's what is in vogue right now.
No, I agree.
But I like all the people who are in it. I mean, I love Trevor Noah. I love John Oliver.
Ooh, I
John,
think what time is it? Oh, we still got some time.
you know, Colbert I like, but you know they spend so much time.
Is that might be? Is that? I think that is. I think our
Yeah,
guest has
might be
arrived,
our
but he's a
guest.
little early. But that's okay.
Maybe a little too much politics. I want to see some
Yeah.
entertainment. I want some,
Yeah. No, I agree. Well, that's. I mean, Trevor does all politics. Colbert does mostly. But
Mostly.
Colbert gets some guests on.
Yes,
you know,
he
he tries
does.
to mix it up. A
He
little
tries
bit.
to a little bit, but they just focused on. Everyone talks about politics, and you know what? You hear politics 24/7 on television.
It's
And
yeah.
you
You like
would
that to
just-
be a getaway
You
where
would
you
just
don't
like,
have to.
you know what?
I agree.
I understand. Fine, spend the first few minutes of the show talking about it, but let's do something different. You know?
Now, speaking of different, I watched they just released Cobra Kai.
Oh,
They just released the. Let me try put my cans on. I can't hear anything. They just
it's important
released.
to hear your own voice.
I like
you know?
to hear my own voice. Nobody else wants to hear it. Can I get this over the crown?
I have my concerns.
That's good enough. That looks bad. But anyway, I watched. Do you like Cobra Kai? The new Cobra Kai?
I haven't seen the new
The season
season
5?
yet, but I'm completely caught up.
Okay, good.
Other
So
than this new season.
yeah, don't worry. I mean, I watched the first episode. Very disappointed.
Why?
Oops, Steve, they can't play that.
Ooh, ooh,
We're gonna get shot.
It was only a few seconds. That's all. They don't even know. They don't even know.
I beg and I warn and I say and I,
I
do.
know, I just want-
It's okay.
I just.
I know you want it, but anyway,
Want some
they.
production value, that's
But you
all.
can't. They shut us down. We can't have production.
I'm so sorry.
So I watched season 5, episode 1 of Cobra Kai, and like I thought on the trailer, it's just a C- at best. Total letdown. They're running out of
And you've just
storylines.
seen one episode.
One episode of season 5.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Are you going to watch the rest
Yeah,
of it?
definitely. But I had a feeling from seeing the trailer they're bringing back Mike Barnes from Karate Kid 3, and it's getting so involved with. It's
Where-
almost the same thing. It's like everybody's kind of allies, or then they're opposed to each other. Then they're allies, right? Like Billy Zabka, and then they're
Where
doing
do you
this
think? Where do you think Cobra Kai jumped the shark? Do you think they did?
What do you mean?
You know, jump the shark. You know, like when did they kind of like
I think they could have. I think after season 4, I think now it's getting repetitious of just adding kids that are bullying other kids, and Ralph Macchio is like
What
he's
about-
got the dojo now, he's shutting it down.
You
Now
know,
he's got it. Now he's shutting it. It's just
I
a back
mean-
and forth.
I
But
mean-
I'll watch it. I don't care.
I mean, was it kind of ridiculous? Though I did enjoy it. Was it the end of the first or the second season when the whole high school is just under attack?
That was fantastic. That was like season 3. That was
And the
like,
teachers are like hiding in the
yeah,
locker.
see, that was better. That was fantastic.
that was great.
That was good. So we had. So you're gonna go home, watch a little Emmys tonight,
Shall?
and you gonna watch that? Are you watching that, Sally?
Probably not.
Yeah, I don't like award shows.
There was a time that I used to watch that stuff,
Oh,
and
here's
I don't
the
really watch
I
much.
found this.
You know what it is,
It's a picture
Sally?
of the Queen. The picture of the Queen.
I don't care about a lot of these people anymore. That's the thing, you know.
I don't like any
Yeah.
of these shows.
Look at her; she's just splendid.
She looks good, right? No,
I cut the cord a while ago, so I watch like a lot of Netflix series and stuff. That's it.
Yeah.
Well, they're available for nomination, so
the Netflix, right? They have. Actually, there's the Ted Lasso show, which is on Apple, and Euphoria and Ozark or whatever,
Right.
the ozone layer. Dumbbells will be on there soon. So we haven't had a guest in a while, and I guess I feel a little nervous because
Oh, sure.
he's pacing nervously in the hallway himself, and he's on, promptly on time. But we still got time. I told him he'd come on at 7, so he's in the green room getting makeup right now. Do we have a green room with makeup?
We have a green room, no makeup.
No makeup. I should have sent him to the Calmart. And I wanted to. When you have guests on your show, do you provide them with water, tea?
It depends on the guests. I mean, a lot of them just for our morning show, they'll come in with like a pot of coffee or something.
Oh, okay.
And
Yeah,
so they're
you're in the
already
morning.
taken
This
care
is
of.
more. So I'm thinking we should have had like
If
drinks, like
they
cocktails.
need anything, I run next door and I get them something. I don't mind.
If we needed something, would you run next door and get it?
Sure, I would, totally would.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
And then we do a green room show here at Governor's, and
Saturday night.
There's waiters all over the place, so they get them whatever they
Oh,
want.
that's great.
Yeah.
That's really nice. I forgot. Speaking of Ralph Macchio, he's got a book that just came out.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
I did not know.
You should know because you're usually up on books. It's called Waxing On, Being the Karate Kid.
Wow.
And I don't know. I think it was released. It's not in the libraries because I looked. Because I tried to look today. I wanted to bring it on the show, but I did not. It's not available yet. It says ordered on all the libraries.
So it's not out.
I don't think. I think it is. I think you can buy it. I don't think it's in the libraries, but it's called Waxing On. See if it's available yet. I'd like to buy that. Are you going to open that Slim Jim? I just knighted you with that, or that's. And I have to say
He just had an egg sandwich. He's totally full.
He's good. And
He's
this
gonna
is not a
savor
true
it.
Slim Jim.
Why is
This
that?
again, I had to do this on the hurry. This is, what does this say?
It's 100% meat.
This is that was my stage name in high school.
100% meat.
100% meat. I
Yeah.
used to go by that. I was doing some light 35-minute film shorts back in when I was working in Japan.
Yeah.
Back in the late 90s.
Right.
And that was my
That's your
film
stage name.
100% meat. But this is teriyaki style. I wasn't teriyaki style. So no added. This is actually good for you, Steve. This is no added MSG, no added nitrates,
Just 100% meat.
just 100% Jack's Links. That's what it says, Jack Links. So
That was,
Jack
that,
LaLanne.
that was another one of your names, right?
Jack Links.
Yeah.
I had a lot of names. But anyway, so that's the book. Yeah, that's the book. What's it called?
Book. It's called Waxing On: The Karate Kid and Me. It's not out. It won't.
It's not out.
It will be released on Tuesday, October 18th.
Oh. I thought it was out already. Shows you what I know. So feel free. I want you to feel free to jump in on this interview.
Okay.
I want both of you to feel free because you run Governor's Comedy Club for the most part, Sally. Hey, you want to hear some exciting news? My nephew got engaged.
Oh, nice.
Really?
That's
Yeah,
great.
Daniel.
Oh my God.
I know, right? He got engaged, and I actually.
How's Kelly feeling?
She's doing thank you. She's doing a lot better. She
Good.
actually bought a new car yesterday.
Good.
Big things happening. She got they were doing. Have you ever heard of this Carvana?
Yes.
Where
No.
you buy the car like online or something like
Right.
that. So they tried that, and it didn't work out because the car delivery wasn't ready. It was putting them off. So then they just went to a dealership and got a Nissan Rogue.
It's a nice
Nice.
car.
Is it? Yeah,
Yeah.
the Nissan Rogue.
Yeah, Nissan's very reliable.
You like your car, right? You've been
I love
having
my
it.
car.
What do you have?
Toyota Corolla.
The Corolla, right?
Can't beat that.
And what are you riding around with?
Honda Civic.
The Honda Civic. I got the Jeep.
Same thing.
I got the Liberty.
Honda Civic,
They're the
same thing as
right?
Toyota Corolla.
Do you have problems with your Jeep? I always
Jeep?
hear nightmare stories about Jeeps.
No,
And
I mean
do.
it's an older Jeep, but it's been you've known it for many years.
Yeah.
It gets me good. It's fun. I love Jeeps.
Melts
I like the
peppermint patties. Other than that, it's
What
all right.
happened?
Melts peppermint
It
patties.
did. I'm so sorry, and I wanted to give you. You know what you could do, and this will be delicious. You put this when you go home in the freezer, and it becomes one solid congeal of peppermint patties.
That's hot.
Yeah.
Is that nice?
Okay.
Or you could just pour it in a glass and have a nice chocolate milk, peppermint style. And this, I don't know what you could do with. This, I can't help you there. This might be a good gift for the guest when the guest comes on. We didn't get you any. We didn't know what to get you. But we got like a few minutes before we'll bring Mark on. Mark is he does comedy at the local libraries. He does actually tonight at the Massapequa Library, and I'm missing this for you guys. They're doing open jam session where you bring your instruments down and everybody just jams and plays.
That's great.
Yeah, so it should be pretty fun. I would have liked to have done that, but I had to come here.
Next time they do that, we should get to, I'd like to see you with the bongos,
I totally, or harmonica. I play a little harmonica.
So I hear.
So you hear? What else did I wanted to, before this gentleman comes on? There was something. Wait, I wanted to show something in Parade. But let me see. Not Mumsy. Not the. Oh, this is interesting. So, to get to our prison segment, they the ex First Lady Linda Magano, she's
Linda Mangano,
right?
yes.
Listen to this. So she's gonna start. She started on Friday because she was convicted and has to serve 15 months in a minimum security prison in Danbury, Connecticut. Okay, so they call this Club Fed. So it's very posh. And look what you do here. It was former inmates, included Leona Helmsley.
Yeah, wow.
Very nice.
Haven't heard that name in a while.
It says she will wear a uniform of government-issued green pants, which is always nice,
Stylish.
and green shirts, and will have to limit jewelry to a plain wedding band and an appropriate medallion chain without stones. No stones.
Pretty much sounds like my everyday wear.
Right.
Yeah.
So you would be fine.
I'd be
You'd be
fine.
fine in Danbury.
I would
prison.
have no problem with this.
And it says, this is interesting, the stylish former politician's wife will be allowed to have up to 5 pairs of shoes.
Still like 2 more than I have.
I was going to say, I only wear 1. So we would be fine in prison.
I'd be fine.
You'd be
Why
fine.
do you, why do
I
you
would
need that
adjust
many?
well.
Why do you need that many pair of shoes in prison?
I don't know.
I mean, are you going to a party?
Sounds like I would acclimate just fine to prison
It says a
life.
new inmate's first job in Danbury typically involves working in the food and service or maintenance shop.
Done that before.
So,
So far,
uh,
I'm going to be like the leader of the kitchen.
And her work day is from 7:30 a.m.
I wake
Not
up.
too bad. That's 3 hours later than you.
I wake up at
Yes,
7.
it is.
This is ideal for me.
I'm kind of jealous.
And it's
right
only
now.
till 3:30.
Oh, that's perfect.
That's a nice hour day. And this is not a bad thing. You see? So crime does pay.
Yeah.
That's the lesson to be learned to all my subjects
I
out
believe
there.
she's fighting not to go to jail. Look at that.
Just go and get it done with. Get it over. The Queen, that. Oh, this is actually, I want to go. This is going to be fun. The Long Island Family Festival's coming to town. Did you see this?
Nope.
Did you see this? So, Steve, look at this. September 16th, 17th, and 18th, they're going to have car shows. I'm going to take my dad to this. Skateboard competition at Tanner Park in Copeg.
Nice.
Okay.
Should be real. Oh, this robe is getting hot. I'm dying in this robe.
Yeah.
Sweating to death. I don't know how they do it. How do the royals do it? They wear all that garb.
They don't always do, As you see, the Queen sometimes wore a frock. Or
That's not a
dress.
frock. Get the frock out of here. It's not a frock.
No, that's one picture. You see her, she doesn't always have that crown on her head all the time.
Now, how often do you have to wear the crown?
I don't know.
Is that like certain amount of hours in a day, or how does that work?
I think certain formal wear of some sort.
Formal wear. I didn't know about that, but and it was I didn't share this with you. It was another big thing. My parents' anniversary last week.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we had a big anniversary brouhaha.
Really?
Out. It was a lot of fun.
Where'd you go?
We went to my brother's. We had a nice little fun time, and that was good. So the big things this week: anniversary, a new car, a gallbladder, and engagement.
Your
Did you-
gallbladder?
My niece.
Oh,
What
yeah,
did you
that's
have?
right.
Did you have any big things happen to you?
No.
Okay, Sally.
No, just
Okay.
simple week.
Simple. You guys don't provide anything. I see. There's something must have happened. Did Tony start the thing at the park at the
No,
Wicks
that's at the end of September.
What's it called? What's the
White Post Farm.
White Post Farm. He'll be performing, right? What's his character's name?
He's Farmer Willie.
Farmer Willie.
Farmer Willie.
We were talking all about him the last time.
Farmer Willie.
I really hope we could get Farmer Willie on the show. If we could,
Yes.
if he could come on and we can interview him and
Maybe.
tell him what it's like out on the farm.
Out on the farm, Farmer Willie. Me and Steve, this won't affect Sally, but me and Steve were talking about how baseball changed some of the rules, and we both pretty in the same. I always say, and do you like baseball?
Sure.
Right? If you either like baseball or you don't, and them trying to fix it and make it, they're changing all these rules. Tony probably is like an old school guy too. He probably likes the way baseball is, but they're changing the size of the bases.
Right.
and things. See, I had some ideas that I thought would make baseball more fun. Use a wiffle ball.
Now that would be great.
Yeah.
No one would get hurt.
Everybody likes wiffle ball,
Sure.
right? And limited to only 2 brawls, mandatory per game. There has to be 2 brawls per game, or else it's not acceptable. Like I don't care how it starts and in what inning, but
Yeah.
somebody has to start a major brawl,
Yeah, that's fair.
and it can be a fan. It could be a fan can come from the, and they have to let, depending on the score, a fan has to get 1 at bat for each team. A fan has to either get an at bat or play 1 in position for an inning. This involves the people. That's how you get a crowd,
It does.
right? Whose ticket number, seat section, mezzanine box. Please come down. You'll be batting third today in the Yankee line.
Right.
You'll be pitching today against the Brewers. That's how you involve. All right.
Steve, you know who Angel Hernandez is, don't you?
He's one of the finest umpires in our game.
He's absolutely the worst umpire. It's like
Like
world,
this, strike 1,
world renowned as being the worst.
ball 2.
So he made a horrible call at the Met game in Miami the other day.
Oh no.
And later on, they found some clown outside the ballpark. Out, juggling and doing stuff like that.
Right.
So the Mets TV director, took it upon himself because he's doing a lot of these fancy TV movie things.
Right.
So he's showing this clown, and then as he's fading into Angel Hernandez, into the clown going back and forth.
Oh, that's funny. He is terrible.
And is it what? Just a union job that they can't fire him? They can't get
Oh,
someone
in
better?
umpires? Yeah.
Yeah, it's partly that.
I mean,
And
he's
he
been there
just-
for like 100 years. He's
and
been
he's
an
just
umpire.
horrible.
He's
He's just
terrible. He's
really-
got a bad reputation. He's got one of the worst reputations for bad umpires in the game. They're showing, I don't know any of these movies. It says 25 movies to see. Do you know any of these? It's The Woman
Well,
King.
I see that
See how they
Avatar
run?
thing. I have no desire to see.
I have no
Avatar.
desire
I fell
to see.
asleep the first time I saw the first Avatar.
And Kate Winslet is in that?
Yes, she is.
Oh my God! What is this? And this one I have no interest to see. This is the Woman King. Don't Worry, Darling. I don't know any of these movies. Bros. George Clooney and Julia Roberts are in some garbage
Yes,
rom-com.
They're in the movie.
You saw Pinocchio.
I
How was it?
What I watched of it, my God, I think Tom Hanks has outdone himself with his Italian accent as compared to the Dutch accent he did in Elvis.
I'm not in the Hanks fan club anymore. I'm out.
I still love Tom.
I'm out, and I'm not going to say why,
I
but
mean,
I'm
you-
out.
Really?
Yeah.
There's a reason?
There is a reason.
Is
but I
there a
won't-
personal thing?
Not a
What?
personal. It's not
Okay,
personal.
I-
But he made a statement I didn't care for. I've said it on my show, on our show before, and I don't. It's a whole thing, but I didn't care. I'm out of the Hanks. I'm not in the Hanks business anymore. No more Hanks. Hanks Panks. He's out.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like
That's
it.
okay.
Well,
And then, but
to
they
each
have
his own.
to each his own. Hey, so why don't we bring Mark on? He's pacing nervously in the hallway, and let's make him come on. It's 7:00. Steve, why don't you?
Yeah,
have
I just
some,
I just gave him the eyeball.
give
It's
him the-
okay.
give
You
him
could
a look.
you
Give
could
him a
sit.
look.
Well, maybe I just should open the door for him.
open the door, bring him in. This is going to be very exciting. I'm super excited.
Oh, there you go.
This-
Thanks for being so patient. Oh, I'm very patient.
Patient? What do you want him to do? Knock down the door?
No, I don't.
He would never do that.
We're gonna have you sit right over here.
Get him,
Yeah, so yep.
get him set up.
Just put yourself together.
Beautiful.
There you
Oh, he's got
go.
props and everything. He's like me. It's a prop comic. Oh, okay.
Oh, there you go.
I'm a, as you can see, I'm a prop comic. I got a crown on my head.
Well,
Nice to meet
you
you,
were
Mark.
just, you
I'm
just
Steve.
At 73, Steve. You got your first job.
Thank you.
You're king.
I'm
Actually,
king.
just if you could sit down and put your headphones on so we could hear
Yeah,
you.
we're gonna give you a
'cause right
little
now it
test.
just sounds like muffles.
We're gonna see if you're. We're gonna give you a little
Well,
test.
We're on the air, so there's not much.
Thanks.
Oh, let's. There you go. There's. Oh well, it's a little delayed. I just see Steve moving over.
Okay. Should I move over or you?
We'll get it.
Sure. Yeah. Come on.
Let me. How was he looking, Sal? Oh, no.
Actually, I would go the other
Actually,
way.
the other way, Steve. It's
Yours
reversed.
the other way. All right, Mark.
Yeah, right there is perfect.
Yeah, that's
Good.
great.
Can I
Yep.
look right at you guys?
You can look at us. You can look at the
wherever.
camera.
I can look at Sally.
You can look at Sally.
Anyone
Hello,
you
Sally.
want.
Anyway, welcome.
That's Sally.
Steve.
Steve.
Exactly.
Steve.
You
We.
remember? To be
You came at a very tempestuous time where it's a changing of the guard, if you will. So I have now been
I was kind of
presented
hoping.
in. Steve has been. He's my Lord of Slim Jim. He's the Lord Sir
okay.
Slim Jim, and Sally's the Duchess of York Peppermint Patty.
Oh, wonderful.
So I've
Mark, I
now.
was kind of hoping at this point that maybe we would be out of costume at this point. But
Well, what do you mean we? I'm the only one. You're wearing a Hollister hoodie.
There's nothing wrong with that.
That's true. So, Mark, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
I'm very excited. Now, Mark, you've been doing comedy on Long Island for how long?
45 years.
Wow.
Before you guys were, any three of you were born.
Wow.
probably.
It's very nice of you, but
Where did you start? Where did you begin? Are you a Long Islander by trade?
I'm a Long Islander. I lived in Florida for a little while, but I'm originally from Long Beach.
Oh, of course.
Long Beach. Grew up with Billy Crystal.
I was reading that you played baseball with him.
Not only did I play baseball with him, but somebody told me something the other day that I didn't even know was true. Billy Crystal once pinch hit for me in a game. He was much better hitter than I was.
Wow.
I was a good fielder, but no hit.
He was from Long Beach, right?
Right.
Billy
Yes.
Crystal, yes.
Ninth grade, Long Beach freshman team.
Wow.
1961, Billy Crystal pinch hit for me.
wow.
He was in 8th grade. They called him up, and he pinch hit for me.
So he owes you. Why aren't you in a movie with him, for God's sake?
I've only seen him a couple of times since, but he's always been nice. What a gentleman.
Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really
What a
awesome.
gentleman.
Ah, that's really cool. Now, you guys, you have a trio. It's not
I have
just
a
yourself,
trio.
but the trio just started recently, right? Or
About 8-10 years ago.
Okay, so by yourself, you have been doing what was the comedy circuit you were doing?
Well, first I started 1977
Wow.
with Richie Minervini at the.
Do you know? I don't know. Who
You
that
don't know,
I know
Richie
the name. I know
Minervini?
the name. I know the
He's the
name.
godfather of comedy.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Richie Minervini there was a place called the White House Inn.
With Richard M. Dixon.
Exactly.
I've been there.
Oh, well, that's where I
Of course
started.
he
There
would
you
know
go.
this.
With Bob Nelson was there.
Bob Nelson.
I never worked with Eddie Murphy, but I worked with his brother, I think, once. Charlie?
Charlie.
Oh, wow, yeah, Charlie.
Yeah. Rosie O'Donnell once.
Wow.
Who else was there? Like I said, Nelson. A guy named Bobby Woods, who was a great impersonator. He passed away very young.
Right.
And there were a bunch of others that were there.
That White House Inn was legendary. And Dixon was a character.
What a gentleman.
Yeah.
Always. I remember the first time I was there. Afterwards, he says, "You've got some talent. You're a little rough. Have a drink on me." You know, and so you don't forget that. You know.
Now, did you ever take the stage here?
No.
Come.
I was at the brokerage once.
Okay.
But I was never here.
No?
No.
Now, they
because-
have a lot of, right, Sally? Like open stage nights or open mic-ish type of
Yeah,
thing?
sure, every now and then.
They
every
do some
now and
things
then.
like that?
Yeah, I don't do that anymore.
Yeah?
I have enough work.
Now,
You know, I don't-
how did you get involved with doing this with name the other two gentlemen?
Oh,
It's,
Patty Gagliotti and Eddie Faico.
Eddie Faico. We were looking at the flyer. I got the
Oh,
flyer.
yeah, you got the flyer.
Oh, sure.
Here's
Look, I'm
our
putting-
article. I just happen to have 1,000 of them in the car.
Oh, this
Yeah, we have been reading.
Now,
We had been
I-
reading them.
Thank you. We were looking at these.
Yeah,
I
one
was-
for Sally.
One for Sal.
And here, a pen,
Oh,
and
I
a pen
love I
for
love
Steve,
giveaways.
and for Sally.
Sally, have a pen. What is this? Is this the Mark Breyer laughs?
Yeah.
Mark
this.
Brings laughs.
I
Oh,
bring
Mark
laughs.
Springs laughs. Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, you have your own pens. We need something like this. This is why the
Tickle.
show stinks.
And
We
see,
don't
and
have
I'm not
anything
the-
to give out.
And I'm not the only one who still has an AOL address. You two.
Oh,
both
well,
of us.
I'm
They're-
very old.
Yeah, well.
I'm a lot older than all of you.
Yeah, not that much.
Oh, yeah.
You'd be surprised.
So this is.
I've been to baseball games in 9 decades. How
And
many
I just
people
have
can
to
say that?
notice, look, you got your Detroit Tigers fantasy.
So
camp.
who are you? Are you a Met, Yankee, or is this a Tiger
I'm
thing?
a Tiger fan.
Why?
What?
Because my father's friend played for the 1932 Tigers,
What was his name?
Izzy Goldstein. And if you say you heard of him,
I didn't. I'm not going to say it all.
Goldstein?
look him
Sally?
up. He pitched for 1 year. His mother made him quit. That's not a
Izzy
job for a
Goldstein-
Jewish boy. Come on.
That sounds like a good story for Ken Burns. That would have been
Then he followed it up with a career at Ben's Kosher Deli.
Of course.
Yes.
No. Izzy Goldstein.
Izzy Goldstein.
Ike Goldstein.
Ike Goldstein. I'll have to. We gotta
You
do
look
a
him
look.
up.
We're gonna
He
do a
pitched
Google
1 year. I
search.
think he was 4-2.
Did he ever face Babe Ruth? He might have.
Yes,
He just might have.
I think he did.
1932, right?
Yeah,
Babe was still
yeah.
playing. That was
Yes.
Babe. Babe was a svelte 298 pounds
Yes,
around then.
probably was about
Babe
that, right?
Ruth, yeah. No, I worked the fantasy camps.
Oh, wow.
Comedy at fantasy camps.
That's amazing.
I worked over 20 of them with a fellow who was a pitcher on the 68 Tigers, who you never heard of. His name was John Warden. He's baseball's funniest person.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah, he pitched for 1 year. He won a World Series, and that's enough. You know. So I'm
There are
still.
a lot of funny baseball guys.
Oh, he
You know.
right. And I was his opening act. We
Wow.
did the Red Sox camp, the Tigers camp, the Yankees
Wow.
camp.
So you must have met a lot of players.
A lot.
Yeah.
I know a lot of them personally, very well.
Really?
Yeah.
Anybody you could say in the air? Any name dropping you
Oh,
can do?
I
Drop a
don't like
name.
to do that, but
Yeah, throw a
I'm
name
very
around.
friendly with Mickey Lolich.
Oh,
Mickey
I was
Lo-
about to say, you know, there's
Yeah,
a tiger
he just
right
had
there.
his birthday.
Mickey Lo-
X-Men too for about 2 minutes.
Mickey Loach was a catcher or a pitcher?
No,
Pitcher.
he was a pitcher. He
He's a
won
great
3
pitcher.
games in the
Wow.
World Series, 3
Wow.
complete games.
He was some pitcher.
Mickey
Great,
Lolich.
Mickey Lolich. In fact, Wainwright and
Molina.
Molina just tied the record for the most games
Yes.
as a battery.
That's
Bill
right.
Freehand and Mickey.
Oh, they had the record.
Right.
That's right. Very interesting.
And I knew Al Kaline very well.
Oh my God.
I know Willie Horton very well.
Wow.
I mean, I went to camp for 25 years.
Oh,
So
sure.
I've played with all the guys. I've hit against.
Did Denny McClain go to these camps? at
Nope.
all? Nope. Yeah.
No,
they're not
yeah,
that-
yeah, they
they're not
can't.
that-
Yeah,
fond of him.
I didn't think so.
That wouldn't be a good
I know,
look
it
right
was-
there.
I don't want to get into politics.
We don't have to get into that. Don't worry about it.
No, I don't
Great
want to.
pitcher though.
Oh, he won 31
31
games.
last pitcher to win 30 games.
Yeah.
Or something like that. That'll never happen
So
again.
you know your baseball too. God,
Oh,
you
we,
can-
we, so now,
Now.
you're still a diehard Tiger fan though. That's,
Oh yeah, even
now. Do you get
Yeah.
the games? Do you get to see them or?
occasionally I go to games whenever they're in New York.
Oh, when
I
they're
go.
playing the Yankees
Because
or
I'm very
something?
friendly with the announcer for the Tigers. He was the backup catcher to Bill Freehand. His name was Jim Price. I don't know
Okay.
if you remember him. He played for the Tigers. He was on the '68 team.
Wow.
Did you ever meet Ernie Harwell?
Ernie Harwell and I were like this.
Really?
Wow.
We have the same birthday.
Wow.
He
Get
was
out of
born January 25th, 1918. I was born a little bit later than
Right.
that. But we were. I can show you pictures of him on my phone.
Wow.
What a gentleman.
Everyone says that.
Oh, Al Kaline wrote the foreword to his book. He says if you go around looking for a person who doesn't like Ernie Harwell, you'll live forever, but you'll never find a person who didn't. We would talk baseball all the time. In fact, I didn't even know, but when I was living in Long Beach, he was doing the Brooklyn Dodger games.
I was about to say he did
And he
do the
lived
Dodger
in Long
games.
Beach. He lived a block away from me
Wow.
Wow.
And
Now,
I-
where in Long Beach did you live?
on Chester Street,
Okay,
on
good.
Lindell Boulevard.
I was used to live in Pennsylvania Avenue.
Oh,
you know, right
that's
over there, a
further
little bit on the west
I went
end.
to school on Maryland Avenue at the
okay.
West School.
Yeah, yeah.
Boy,
Boy, so, this is Long Island's such a small
are you
place.
related
Everybody,
to the other guy with the same last name,
Probably not.
the senator or whatever he is?
Oh, Todd
Oh,
Kaminsky.
Todd Kaminsky, we talked
No,
about
we
that
have
all
said
the-
that. Unfortunately, not. That's why I have to go into the politics of being a king. I can't get into Long Island politics. I have to go into the monarchy because I have no connections otherwise.
Oh, okay.
If I had a brother like Todd Kaminsky, sure, I wouldn't be here in this dump.
Why? What dumb? It's a beautiful place.
It
and
is a wonderful
Sally,
place.
I tune into you sometimes.
Oh, do you?
Sally and Tony show,
Yep.
Knock 'em dead
Thank
comedy.
you.
and
Yeah, don't worry about tuning into us. That's fine.
Huh?
I only had you
Oh, I
on.
tuned
No,
into
tune into
you.
Sally. I don't care.
But you have a wonderful way about you and Tony have a wonderful way with the people. It's
Thanks.
very nice.
Yeah, that's
You never
nice.
talk
I
down to
appreciate it.
anybody. You allow morons like me, old men.
No. Now I'll tell you how you first came on my radar. It was several years ago because I do acting and I had done some stand-up comedy a little bit, and I had seen you had a flyer out for improv classes. I think you
Well,
were,
not improv. It's just an
or
open
was
mic.
it just open mic? It was something.
Open mic.
Yeah, you were teaching classes, right?
Well, I do.
Or a
teach.
workshop? Oh, you still do?
Well, we do. We're trying to do it either at the Massapequa Library or the East Meadow Library for children.
Well, I'll tell
For
you,
kids.
you're coming to the right guy.
Oh, you're doing it?
No, because I have all the connections you need at the Massapequa Library. My sister works there. I know
Oh.
everybody there.
Well, I know-
I run the library.
Lee.
Lee,
Benson.
Goldberg, of course.
Lee.
Me and
Oh,
Lee.
I've been there.
You think you and Ernie Harwell are like that? Me and Lee are more like this.
Oh, I've been there many times.
Yes. So why aren't you? Are you have any gigs lined up?
Not there.
Oh, okay, but
at
if-
East Meadow, I just happened to have some fly. Well, I've
Show
been
it up
at.
to the camera, Steve.
Oh, okay. You can
Yeah, Steve will show it up. When is this event happening?
every month.
Oh, every month you do.
I do an open mic. It's the longest running open mic in comedy history. No bringer, no fee, no pay, nothing.
This is where at the East
At
Meadow.
the East Meadow Public Library since September of 2004.
Wow. Now, where
Something you should do.
this is at the East Meadow Library. What day of the month?
It's always on the last Monday of the month, except when there's a Jewish holiday or a Christian holiday or any kind of holiday.
or any kind of holiday.
Right. And
But Groundhog's Day, you good? Okay.
there's my cards for you guys
cards,
too.
I love this. This
Cards and
I feel like I don't have anything for you.
yeah, you don't need
I'm
anything from me.
embarrassed.
I'm just
I'm
advertising.
embarrassed.
Pens and
Let me see what I have.
cards
I can give you Steve Slim Jim. You want
No, I
this?
don't need the
You
Slim
sure?
Jim.
You want to? You can have that. Chew on that.
It's all beef.
I just want to tell you. So
we shouldn't be allowed to be on the radio.
why not? You do a good job.
Oh, I love this. Is so colorful. This is great.
Yeah, that's
really-
that's Eddie and I. Eddie, I, and Patty.
Now, how'd you all come together?
Okay, he came down to the Massapequa Library once and introduced Eddie or
Right.
Patty, and he introduced himself. And then I had some gig at the Mineola Street Fair or something. It was
Okay.
for the Chamber of Commerce. We do a lot of things for free.
Right.
You know, we donate our time for good.
It's amazing.
Good company for not for any politicians,
Right.
Right.
especially the ones you were speaking about before.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
We don't like to get too political. This is about as most as political as I get is wearing a crown.
But some of
We
these
keep it light.
politicians,
Yeah.
they run their whole campaign on getting crime off the street and keeping
Right.
it in the government where it belongs.
Exactly.
But I don't want to do any. I don't want to get.
Hey, I
any
love
of you in
political
trouble.
humor.
Yeah, I do too. Political jokes, but sometimes they get elected. But you don't want to say that. I can do an hour on any politician you name, but I don't.
Now, who is one of your favorite comics coming up when you were a kid or younger?
I love Nipsey Russell.
Oh, Nipsey.
Sure.
The Nipsey Hussle.
My parents were friendly with another big political guy, Dick Gregory.
Oh,
they
my
did a lot
gosh.
of. My parents were involved in civil rights.
His,
Did a lot of good- did
his
a lot of good
documentary was
things,
just
too.
on. It was a
Lot-
great
yeah,
documentary.
I have. My parents' picture might have been in it because I
Oh.
have the picture somewhere
Wow.
in my. And I started bringing comedy to people who are older.
Yeah.
I'm a comedian I'm a senior. I'm older than half the audience usually. You know, when I do all these over 55 and over
Uh-huh.
places. And they're the greatest audiences.
Yeah.
Yeah, they really are.
Now you do not only libraries, but you guys bring it to senior citizen homes.
Senior
and
citizen.
everything.
I do
That's
senior
amazing.
citizen homes. We bring 55 and over communities. You know, some of these places, $1 million places. You know, some of the condos.
Right, sure.
They're beautiful, beautiful places.
Right.
I can't afford to live there.
But you can afford to do the comedy there because you're giving it away for free.
Well,
I hope
but-
they're giving you a little something.
No, we
Maybe a
get
cup of
some.
coffee or
something,
No,
you know?
we get paid.
You might need me to represent you. If you need somebody, I go in there with a crown. I cut you a good deal. They're not going to believe me.
Where's Chris's wife? Let's get her
Who's
right
that?
now.
That's
exactly.
it.
Chris-
So
Our friend Chris.
it's one
Your
of our
friend
friends. He's a
Chris.
negotiator.
Yeah.
Oh,
Good,
okay.
good hagglers. See, we come from a sales background. Me and Steve were
Oh.
personal trainers by trade. That was another one.
Some
We've
are
had many
better-
jobs.
One of us were better than others.
Oh,
This guy's
well,
much better.
well,
But-
you bet.
I still do personal training.
You
I
do
still-
personal training.
Yes, I do. I have clients and a
Oh,
whole clientele.
boy.
Yeah, I mean, you think I do this as a living? I mean, come on.
I
Have you
don't
heard the
know.
show before?
I did. I
You think I
enjoyed
can
it.
make a living on this?
How many people
Sally
are
keeps
on right now?
quiet
2,343,000.
I think-
That's one of our smaller audiences. For a that's a Monday night. Everybody's getting ready for the Emmys.
Oh,
People get
okay.
confused. You
Yeah.
see the Super Bowl or us, you know. So
Well, that's
yeah.
Oh, I'll take you guys any day.
Same market. He knows it.
I'll take you guys. You're all right.
you
Now,
know,
I was watching one of
butter
your
it
bits, and
Yeah.
I thought it was really funny. It was there was I don't know if it was you doing the Titanic. I think it was Pat doing the Titanic joke.
Eddie.
It was Eddie.
Eddie does the Titanic.
Yeah, very funny. And you did. There was another joke I heard, but it was in that same Newsday clip. The video it was like a little
Oh,
Newsday
okay.
video, but it was very funny. You guys are really funny.
We entertain the audience very much, and we never pick on anybody, and we compliment each other, and we work together, we help each other, we write for each other,
Sure.
and there's no ego, you know. Eddie is our closer, he's our headliner.
Eddie's the okay.
Eddie's the closer. Usually Pat will open up the show, he'll introduce us, talk about us a few minutes, tell us about we got a million of these in the car, so anybody wants
I read that Newsday article. That was great.
Yeah, that helped.
was-
That they really featured you guys. You guys
And he does a couple of like street jokes to open us up. He introduced me as the MC and host.
Okay.
And I do about 20, 25 minutes. Then I bring Pat back on. He does about 20 minutes. Then I come back on and do about 10 minutes, and then Eddie closes, do a half hour, 35 minutes. That's how we work. And when we do a condo place for the second time, we bring somebody else with us. We ask
okay.
other comedians. And I don't want to mention names because I don't want to leave anybody out.
Okay.
And I don't want to get people in trouble because
No.
I've heard that sometimes you can get in trouble if you work somewhere where you don't.
Oh, yeah.
I hear all these stories.
I wouldn't even worry because nobody's listening to this show right now, so you're fine.
Sure.
Other than the two of us, you're fine.
I had about 12 people say they're going to tune in.
Oh, well, that's because you're on tonight. That's why. Oh, I told you. Yeah, I sent you a message. I said,
Yeah,
please
okay. Thank you.
share
Thanks
it
for
out there. Now, let me ask you
quadrupling
a comedian question.
Anything you want.
Comedian to comedian here. I need help with this. How do you handle a heckler?
You know what? I haven't had a heckler in so long. But years ago,
Well, because I haven't been to your show, so
No,
what I'll do is I'll attend one.
I once was at a show where Henny Youngman. See, this
gosh.
is before you.
No, well, of course, who hasn't
You
heard
heard
of
of
Young
the
Men?
name.
Of course.
Guy did
My wife
heckle-
said to
Of
take me to a
course.
place I've never been. I took it to
The kitchen or
yes,
the bedroom.
of
Okay,
course.
but he said to the guy, "Please don't do that, sir. I don't go where you work and
Oh, okay.
interrupt you. Please don't do that." And the guy says, "Oh," and he said something. So Henny Youngman says, "That's the last time. If you do it again, I'm going to destroy you." And he destroyed the guy.
Wow.
He said things and nothing dirty.
Okay.
Right.
Never.
Henny was never dirty.
Nope.
Never.
And that's what I respect all the guys who were never dirty. Billy Crystal was never dirty.
No.
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 And Nipsey Russell wasn't. And I love Nipsey
Right.
Russell.
Do you like just in the what's going currently? Do you like Sebastian Maniscalco, for
Oh, yeah.
instance? Funny, right?
Yeah. If you see Eddie, you'll say, "Oh, boy, there are a lot of
Is that right?
Yeah, Eddie's like him.
A lot of the Italian humor, a lot of the
Italian
family,
Yeah,
family
and Patty,
stuff.
too. They both incorporate a lot of the Italian.
Yeah.
And I'm the Jewish guy with
Right,
them,
With the Jewish humor, right?
Yeah,
It
the
works.
Jewish humor. I'm like an old throwback to the Borscht Belt.
Okay.
To the
Yes.
Grossingers.
Grossingers,
and
Kutchers,
Kutchers.
Pines, the Raleigh. I've worked
Right.
those places years ago. In fact, you could all come over my house. I'll show you. I have all the towels.
Oh my, that's fantastic.
You're still using the soap. I got a lifetime supply of soap from the Neville. It's a wrong,
Yeah.
wrong area. Neville was Poconos. Sorry.
No, Neville was
was
Ellenville.
it was Ellenville? Okay.
I
Who
worked.
else do you like? Who else are like currently? Well, besides Sebastian, who else might you? Who else you watching on any of the Netflix specials?
I don't watch comedy normally.
Stand-up comics? No,
I don't watch them because I don't want to get influenced. I don't.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to
Right.
even get an idea.
Has
from
anybody?
them.
Yeah. Do you? Oh, you worried about that? That if you watch them, you'll.
I
start,
might do something, or you get these ideas.
Well,
Sometimes.
don't you
Well,
think
it's-
everybody's
it's
influenced by
happened.
somebody?
Yeah,
I mean,
well-
when you're always watching somebody, and that's what makes you want to do comedy. Or
Yeah, well, that's what
it's-
Billy influenced me.
right.
I used to love Robert Klein.
Oh,
Oh my
sure.
God!
There
No
was
one
a-
was better than
I
him.
saw him here
Yeah, he was here.
perform here. Robert Klein, favorite.
He was playing Patchogue, and I said, "Oh, what's Riverhead?" I
That
wanna
was
go.
just recently.
Yeah, Riverhead.
I
You
like
me,
him.
me and my brother saw Robert Klein. I don't think you were.
I
Me and
didn't go.
him saw. Do you like Dom Irera?
Oh yeah, well he was in The Big Lebowski, the greatest
Yeah.
movie
Right.
ever
He
made.
was in that, that's
he
right.
was a chauffeur driver.
He's
That's
going to be
right.
here.
Yeah,
I
I
think in
saw.
November. He's on the big
Yeah.
marquee outside. Because
Yeah.
I was supposed to go to the original show a couple of months ago with my brother, and then they got canceled, so it got moved. So
Yeah.
it's coming in November.
Hey, he was in The Big Lebowski.
Yes.
Greatest movie ever made.
Fantastic.
The greatest cast ever assembled.
One-
Look at all
People love
John
The Big Lebowski.
Turturro, Steve
know.
Buscemi, Jeff
Yeah,
Bridges,
actually, I
John
watched
Goodman,
this year.
Julianne
Yeah.
Moore.
I've never watched.
I
the
never
thing.
saw it. No.
It's fantastic. You go by what other people say.
The dude abides.
Yeah, the dude above.
It is.
That's what it's on my paddle.
Yes.
For pickleball. The dude. It says the dude.
Pickleball. You see? Do you play
Pickleball.
pickleball?
My wife and I play pickleball every day.
I've been talking about it on the show for the last two shows. It's such a now trending thing.
You won't even be able to play it soon. There'll be nowhere to play.
Where do you play? Or do you don't want to say?
It's
Yeah, there
on
are courts like available.
South Shore.
South Shore. So I mean,
South Shore.
is it hard to find courts? Is that what it is?
Well, there are courts, but there are 400 people waiting for them.
It's become such a huge thing.
It's so huge. It's the fastest growing sport in America now.
Right?
I think they should go pro. They should make pro.
They
professional.
do. They have
Do they?
pro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
you can
do.
watch it.
I was
It's going to
watching-
be a college sport. Maybe even it is now. It's going to be an
Might be
Olympic
an
sport.
Olympic, yeah.
Well, cornhole's on. I saw cornhole the other day on ESPN too.
My wife bought one of those things.
Oh, those are
She's
fantastic.
good.
Are you a good cornhole player?
I am.
I can see you as a good beanbag
Yeah.
tosser.
And you play pickleball too?
Actually, I've never played pickleball, but I've seen the courts. I've seen them in Massapequa.
Yeah,
I played in Massapequa.
Yeah.
I've played there, but that's not where that's my regular place now.
Now, before you leave, if you need that setup at the Massapequa Library, but you know everybody, you know Lee, so you don't need me.
No,
Nobody ever
I'm
needs me.
there.
So you're good.
And
Do you have anything lined up there or not yet?
Not yet. Eddie or Patty is working with them. But I do a show every year at the Elmont Library.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
420-seat theater.
Do you know Larry Bellman? No, you might not know him. He's he's an actor, and he does a lot of shows at the Elmont Library as well.
So you're an actor. You know John Blenn.
John Blenn, sure, I know John. Yeah, very funny guy. He's
brilliant
been
playwright
here and stuff like that. I did American Dating Catastrophes was a show that he
One of his
runs,
shows.
and I was in it. You know, there's a
He
series
wrote
of these
that.
15.
Yeah, I think Pat Gagliardi was in one of them. Or he had another one called The Table, where you showed a table that turned over in a restaurant.
Right. He would.
was in it.
John Blenn would organize a lot
Yeah,
of these
John
things.
Blenn, what a wonderful man.
What's he doing? I haven't seen him in forever.
He's a professor at Five Towns
Five Towns.
College.
Right. I was going to say I thought he was at
He,
Nassau.
he and his wife are two of the nicest people, and they do the most for live entertainment on Long Island. They're just patrons of the arts.
That's
They're
wonderful.
Yeah, he's
Good
he's
people.
fantastic. So now, what do you got coming up next? There is something you have. I have it.
Oh,
right
we
here.
have Lindenhurst.
Lindenhurst.
Yeah,
This
we're
is
going to be
gonna
outdoors. That's how we got the article. We're going to be there again. That's an outdoor free show, Lindenhurst Public Library. No, Lindenhurst, the town square,
This
outdoors,
is the
free
Village
show.
Square at the gazebo.
Right.
North Wellwood Avenue, West
know
Hoffman
that,
Avenue. You know where that
yes.
is.
Yeah.
Friday, September 23rd.
Right.
Rain date, September 30th. www.thecomedynuts.
Yeah, that's us. www.thecomedynuts.com. That's how you can reach us and see our schedule.
And book you for
And
events.
book us and call us and we'll talk to you.
Fantastic. And you do all your own. You don't have a manager, an agent, or somebody doing your bookings.
No, that's why
you do your thing.
That's why we're in the basement at No.
Well, this is not a basement.
we're
on ground level.
Yeah, just make sure you turn left in the alley.
Just
you know?
turn left in the right. Just if you see any shady characters hanging out, just tell them you're a comedian. Now if you mention our name next door at the Cow Mart, they might be able to hook you up with an egg sandwich after the show.
Maybe me, no, but
I don't go there. Steve frequents it a lot.
I don't need. I eat enough.
Now you play pickleball and you play. Are you still? There's a softball league, right? That you guys
Over the
do?
Hill gang.
Yes,
Right,
tell me about that.
There's a bunch of.
I do my research.
Well, you've
I'm
done-
no
Steve, I'm very
first timer.
Steve and Sally, I'm so impressed.
You know how hard it
yeah.
was to find people with all that names beginning with S?
Yeah.
It was very difficult.
We play
Boy,
softball
Duchess.
with the Over the Hill gang. A bunch of guys who want to play softball in the worst way.
Wow.
And that's how we play. You know.
what's your position?
I used to play short. I got in trouble with that question. Because a
Well,
girl came down.
There you go. I was just going to make a
Over-
color joke.
you
but I
got to be
held
over
back.
60 to play. And the girl came down, and I said to her, "What's your favorite position?"
There we go.
She,
Gave you the old.
no, I'm kidding. I didn't. That's a joke.
I know. Of course, it's a joke. We're all joking here.
We're all joking.
Nothing
No, but we
serious.
play, and we have a guy out there in left field. This guy Richie, great fielder. He's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
He's a born again Christian. He found God, but he can't find second base.
Well, that happens.
I'm just throwing in.
It's more important to find that than
I stopped
second
playing
base.
softball because I can't make the throw anymore. I had to move from short and third to second and first.
Yeah, that's okay. Why don't you pitch?
No,
Is it a slow pitch?
slow pitch. Yeah,
Slow pitch.
yeah. No, I'd rather play pickleball. My wife and I
All
play
right.
together.
It's safer. Play pickleball.
It's safer.
Now, what's the injury? What's going on in pickleball? Can you get hurt in pickleball? Shoulder.
rotator cuff.
Yep.
Yeah, my wife has a torn one. She plays.
Wow.
It's a
sorry
tough.
to hear
It's
that.
not an easy game. There's some great players that we play with.
We're gonna play pickleball. We're gonna start this.
Let's do it.
We'll do a remote show
Okay.
on a Monday night.
Sounds good.
You ready for this, Sally? We're gonna bring everything to the pickleball court.
Everything to the
I'll
pickleball.
We're
Carry
gonna
it.
carry the whole studio to a pickleball court, and we'll have all our fans will be there, right? My mom will be there. And that,
Okay,
and my
is your mom
sister.
watching now?
Oh, sure.
So your mom would love my humor. Now your mom is probably.
I love your humor.
I love your humor.
It's all direct at seniors. We don't just perform for people. We perform with people. We don't pick on anybody. But I'll ask the audience, who are your favorite comedians? from go
Right.
way back. And there's people you won't even have ever heard of. They'll mention. You ever hear of Eddie Lawrence, the old
Carol Burnett?
philosopher? Huh?
No, that's Vicky Lawrence.
No, who's his brother? Who's her brother?
Was
No.
there a Steve?
Vicky
Well, he's
doesn't
no
have
relation to
Steve
Steve
Lawrence.
Lawrence. You're
Steve
thinking of Steve
Lawrence.
Lawrence.
Oh, people ask, did you ever hear of what was the guy's name? Al Kelly, the double talk guy.
Yeah. I've
met
seen
him.
Yeah.
I met him, and then in fact he knew my boss at the time, who owned the New York Nets, the original
Wow.
owner of the
Roy
Jersey
Moe?
Americans. No, before him.
Wow.
His name was Arthur Brown.
Okay.
And he came in, and Arthur Brown introduced me to him, and he said, "I'm going to give you my book." And then the next day, a messenger brings the book. He signed it, but he wrote me a note. I didn't remember your name. That's how much of an impression I made on Al Kelly. This is 50 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay, I
Well, I'm
can't-
gonna. My dad will like your com. I'm gonna have to tell him to look you guys
It's-
up and see some of you. Is anything posted on YouTube or is it on your website?
We have stuff on our website. Yeah.
Because they're not gonna go. My parents said they don't go. They're homebodies.
Yeah. Well,
I'll try to get them
the
to the
East
library.
Meadow is a. We had 80 people on Zoom. We had about 60 in the audience and 80 people
You know
on
how
Zoom.
I'll tell you? You know what you should perform at? And maybe you do this. Me and my dad go to a lot of car shows. And they have bands performing and things. I mean, that's kind of hard because there's a lot
Comedy at
of
car shows?
Comedy at car
Yeah,
shows.
that might be
a little tough.
What, like Meekum? You watch Meekum where they auction?
Yeah.
The auctions?
Yes, you can.
The old cars.
The old cars.
Yeah.
Oh, my dad loves that.
They're a lot younger than me, your folks, I'm sure.
This is.
But we do.
Who's this picture of?
That
That's
looks
me.
like you. Yeah.
That is- oh, that's.
I had that done years ago.
Oh, that's funny.
No, it looks like you.
So you got all right. So we're gonna come. I want to come to this one. I think I'm gonna go to the Lindenhurst one.
Okay.
I'm gonna check you guys out September 23rd. I know you'll be booked up. You have your show.
What's that? It's on a Friday.
That's on a Friday night.
You have a show.
I have a radio show on Friday nights
Oh.
at Nassau Community College.
Oh,
The
okay.
radio station there.
I've been on Post Radio.
On CWP?
Post,
Sure.
And I've been at Hofstra.
Oh, they have a great
RHU?
station.
And I've
RHU.
been on a really big radio show many times.
Which one?
Harry Harrison.
On CBS FM.
Wow.
Harry Harrison.
What a nice guy he was.
The greatest guy.
Really was.
I sat in once a whole show I did with him. Mm-hmm. Great guy.
Yeah.
Did you ever do traffic and weather?
No.
Okay.
I do an impression of Jackie Mason doing Traffic in Weather.
You have to do it
let's hear
first.
it.
You can't bring that up and not end the show with this because we've got 3 minutes left. Go for it.
Like I told you before, I don't care. Oh, no. The traffic in New York, everything is moving. The 59th Street Bridge is now by 83rd Street. When you have a car, you should paint half of it red, half of it blue. This way, if you have an accident, the witnesses will contradict each other. I hadn't
that.
thought of this in a long time.
Oh, that's bad. Very good.
You
Do we
I
have a
do
clap?
a
Do we have
few
a clap?
impressions.
Roll
Love
it.
that.
Have a clap thing? Give us a clap.
A clap. Oh, no.
There you
Oh,
go.
my God, I got the clap.
We always give our guests the clap.
Hey,
Yeah.
I've had the clap so often, I was treated for applause. Okay.
This is good. We can go on all night.
No,
But unfortunately, we're shut down.
we're shut down.
We're shutting down. It's 7:28. But I want to. So you'll be at a lot of places. But definitely, anybody can see where you're performing on your website,
On the web or on comedynuts.com.
comedynuts.com.
And I'm with Eddie and Patty, and sometimes if we're doing shows for a second time, we each cut our time or we do other stuff. I have about 4 hours worth of stuff.
Oh wow.
Oh, that's good.
I mean, it's 45 years worth of, if you can remember it.
Oh my God. Well,
I'll be the only comedian with Alzheimer's. I'll be still performing.
You know what? It'll be fantastic. What you guys do is so tremendous, and I wanted to have you on to say what you're doing is great.
Thank
Bringing the
you, sir.
comedy to Long Island and to all these places, tremendous.
And to people who need it.
Yes,
Yeah.
100%.
Oh, no, people need-
Seriously.
Look,
It's
there's one quote in
fantastic.
there which has happened many times. A man or a woman come over after a show and said, I didn't want to come, but somebody dragged me here to the show. This is the first time I laughed since I lost my spouse.
Wow.
And that's the greatest take-home pay you could ever get.
100%. It's and if you can make one, make one person happy that day and
That's the-
make them laugh
That's-
is the best.
Henry, what's his name? Thoreau said that.
Right?
Henry David Thoreau, is that his name?
That's his name.
Something like that.
Something like that. Yeah, he played second base for the old Tigers back in '42. No.
No, that was Charlie Garinger, but you're close.
Anyway, please apologize to Pat and to Eddie. I wanted to have them on, but it was, you see, it gets a little crowded.
Yeah, no, this
and,
is nice.
you know, so we wanted to, but we definitely appreciate them too.
I appreciate you having me on.
Oh, fantastic. Always come back. And you know, all guests of the Steve Squared Show don't leave empty-handed, mind
Is
you.
that so?
Oh, sure. They're going to get one of my, you know,
You wrote a book.
I'm an
You
author.
wrote? You're an author?
Sure,
You
yeah.
told me you're an author
This
and an actor.
I do it all here. It's unfortunate. Anything is possible, the Jack LaLanne story.
Oh, well.
You must know. Did you
I know
don't
Jack
if you ever
LaLanne.
met Jack LaLanne.
No, I never met him, but at 90 years old, he was pulling a tugboat in San Francisco
That's
Harbor.
right.
It's
Right?
And it's all in here. You can.
And who knows that besides me, right?
We knew that.
I know that.
I knew that 'cause
Sally knows that
I
because
read
she
the
read the book. So I'm going to give you this book.
Oh, well, thank
I hope you enjoy it.
I definitely.
And look, he's signing it with his new
With my
pen.
new
with his
pen.
new pen with the left hand.
Yes, I'm
We-
trying to practice
both
to be
of
a
us,
lefty.
Both of us are lefties, actually.
Oh, you really are, Pat.
Oh, I didn't know you were.
Yes, I am.
Patty does a whole thing
Throw
about
with my right.
he's lefty.
I write with my left.
You throw with your right,
You throw
and you
with your
write with your left. And what do you bat?
Righty.
Righty.
Righty. So I do the most rare kind. I throw lefty
And bat,
and bat righty.
Yeah, Mickey Lolich.
Is that right?
Yeah, and he hit a one home run in the '68 World Series.
Wow.
Enjoy that.
Oh well, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for coming. And
you.
thank you all to my royal subjects for appearing on the royal edition of the Steve Squared Show every Monday night, 6:30 p.m. And of course, Sally and Tony on Knock 'em Dead Comedy daily. Steve, play us out with the royal music. If that's too much. Forget it.
Damn, yeah.
Whatever, just hum it.
Yeah.
Anyway, have a great night and a safe and happy week.